Good morning, guys. Digging Life here. Today, I'm going to do something that's going to increase me and Brandon's production by a lot. Any bigger company that's constantly loading, unloading trucks, running equipment does this, and I can totally now, having an employee, see the benefit in it. What we're going to be doing is mounting CBs. The reason is already both jobs that me and Brandon worked on, one of us was in the truck, one of us was in the excavator or tractor, or excavator and tractor, and we had to stop. Every time I was turning around, not even a minute would go by and I would have to stop. We both have to open our doors and talk about what the next step was. And if we'd been working together for years and years, this may not be necessary. But what I've got here is a very basic CB radio system. It's a Citizens band. I've always run the Cobra 29 classic CBs, but for the sake of saving a little money and a smaller CB radio, I decided to go with the Uniden TC68 LTX. It looks almost identical to the Cobra 25. And this was only like $89 at the Love's Truck Stop. That's my garage door opener. This is a magnetic base antenna. And that way I can easily remove it if I'm in the excavator and for whatever reason I need to pull it inside. I'm actually thinking about trying to mount this up here. This is where like a regular AM FM radio goes on, and I'm thinking about mounting my antenna upside down right here. I don't know if it's going to cause feedback, and if it does, it's a magnetic mount and it'll be easy to relocate. Part of my challenge here is where I'm going to mount the radio itself. I don't want it to be something that I could bump with my leg or it rub my leg. That would be annoying. So we don't have a whole lot of options here. I've just got to I've just got to drill 2 holes in here somewhere to mount this thing. So I'm just going to grab that radio and start holding it up to different places, and I want the mic and cable to go to a comfortable spot. So if I'm sitting here, I want to be able to reach up wherever and grab my microphone to talk. This may be a good spot. I may go with that. We'll see in a minute. I'm doing this one-handed. We'll just pull this mic on and off. And it just pops right off. It's threaded. I bought this. This didn't come with the CB. A hardwire kit comes with it, and you have to splice it in. But I want to be able to remove these things when we buy new equipment or sell a piece of equipment, and it'd be easily removable. See, that might not be too bad of a spot right there, actually. But then that cord is going to come up, and I just don't know where I'm going to put it. So that's going to be the challenge there. So it really needs to be a flat surface wherever the bracket goes. There's a bracket that goes in the side of these. This would probably be okay, and that speaker's pointing out. This right here is the speaker. So with it mounted like that, it'd be easy when we climb in to turn it on and adjust the squelch. And with that speaker pointed out, it'll be right there where we can hear really good. So that may be a good option. Originally, I thought about mounting this thing right here, which would probably work. I'd actually go right in that radio mount. If we screwed into this cover, if it wouldn't just rip the screws out. If that was the case, I could screw through here and actually use bolts and nuts. That's pretty flimsy. Let's see if we could just stuff this back here, maybe. Nope, that's not an option. The only thing about these small excavators, you don't have a whole lot of room to pick from. It's not a bad spot. Or even like this. Because that bracket's going to lift this up and away a little bit. That may be the best option right there. This is the mounting bracket for that CB radio. So I want to be able to get one hole on each side drilled in, and there's actually a bolt right here I may pull out and see if it'll fit through there. So that's just a little off. I'm gonna pull that screw out and see if it's now another way I could turn this way. Probably be a bit of a tight fit. I think this is going to be the best place to mount this CB, and I can angle it a little bit, that way I can easily control it as far as adjusting squelch, which you don't have to adjust that a whole lot, but I think that will be good, and it doesn't get in the way of my AC vents much at all. The main vents is these four right here, so I think that's going to be good. Another thing I am checking is just to make sure that I got plenty of cord to reach where I need to get power to, which the fuse box is right under the seat. If I had to, I could hardwire this thing in, which I will end up doing, I'm sure. But we got plenty of cord to get this to where we need it to be. So let's go ahead and drill this thing. Now the mounting kit that comes with that bracket comes with these tiny little screws. Maybe you can see that. So I'm going to use just a tiny drill bit to do a couple of pilot holes. Because this machine has, you know, it sits outside in the heat. And plastic can become brittle over time, even though this isn't that old of a machine. So now I'm going to angle this bracket to where it can easily get that bolt out and get my air filter out as well. So let's see. It's a close fit. It's right at that edge, but I think it'll be okay. Worst case scenario, we pull the bracket off. Yep, that's real close. Put him in at an angle. Little bitty hole. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, put that screw in, and it'll hold this bracket in place for me to drill the other one. In theory. In theory. Okay, that'll be good. See if that's big enough. I didn't want to drill it. I probably could have went one bigger. Yeah, let's go one bit size bigger. Make life just a touch easier on ourselves. The thing about cheap stuff like that is they don't really put a lot into your instructions, so it doesn't say what size hole, pilot hole to drill. Now one thing, if you're drilling into this and you don't know what's behind it, you better not go too far. Matter of fact, you better know what's behind it. Yeah, see there's just some rubberized stuff there. Alrighty, let's see if we can get this bracket on here. Yeah, I think it's gonna work quite well. I could just hold that bracket and drill the other hole, but most of the time it ends up being off a little and can put pressure on the sides of the plastic and cause it to crack. And I'm a little particular about my stuff. Oh, if I didn't drop the screw, would it? Oh yeah. That was definitely the right size bit for this one. And that is a self-tapping screw. For sure. This isn't an exciting video, but maybe I'll get some ideas from it. Now I just got that thing started. I'm gonna tighten it by hand. That way I don't over tighten. Now you don't want to drill at the edge of the hole you're wanting to do. You want to drill right in the center if you can. This is gonna save us so much time. Let's see here. I'm gonna put him right there. Perfect. Let's get that other screw real quick. I'm really excited about getting these put in. And it's all going to help. We've got a forestry mulching job coming up, and I haven't had Brandon run it yet, and it's not safe for me to stand right next to the machine and instruct him on different situations, so it'll be easy for me to instruct him over the radio. I think we can get a headset that's voice activated for these if we wanted to do that, and it'd be real easy to communicate then hands-free. Of course, I'm doing this on Sunday. Have it ready for tomorrow's jobs. Plastic. And then I'm gonna back this one out and get my lock washer on. And that way all the vibrations won't let this come loose. I like doing stuff like this. Kind of something different than the same old, same old. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. Real nice. So now where'd I put my screwdriver? There it is. And just snug it up. It don't have to be super duper tight. Just snug. Oh yes. Now this is the easy part. Sorry I can't center you guys on what I'm doing. That mount does not turn. So let's see here. We need the rubber washer that goes in here. So this should be fun. Just get this one side mounted and then we can do the other easily. This other washer. Oh, I dropped it. Of course I dropped it. Wouldn't be a project if it was easy, would it? There he goes. Now we'll get somewhere. That's nice. Real nice. We have the communication device. That looks pretty good, I think. Now let's see how we're going to run our power. No, I think I might have just enough length to this to run my power under the floor mat. I think. Maybe. You just don't want to run your wires anywhere that's got sharp edges. Put my tuna out here. Well, it's going to be tight. Tight, tight, tight. I do not like exposed wires like that. That's about as tight as it gets right there. Alrighty. Yeah, that's gonna work, I think. Yep, that will work for now. What I think I'm going to end up doing is getting one of those splitters that splits this into 3, and that'll give me just a little bit extra length, because I've got this wire running under here and it's holding my floorboard up, and I'll be able to run this along that back edge and snake it around. I think I like that a lot better, but for now it's reaching. It's all good, and it's right at my fingertips. Let's see if we got power to it. Yep, we have power. This is just part of the project. Now see, what we've been doing here lately is that we've been really about this close. And if you've got too much transmission, you're constantly adjusting your gains to keep from getting feedback. So I am just going to stick this up there. Maybe. Oh gosh, that's a strong magnet. Now that may and may not work too well, but what I'll be able to do is hook my cable up. I've got plenty of cable, and when we're working closely, I can just leave this antenna like this and probably communicate. And if we start getting farther away on a job site where I need more reach, I can just crack this window and stick it out here on this metal cover for the AC, or up on the roof. So for now, that's going to work. Usually finding a path for these cords is really easy. I'll just stuff them down in like that. Actually, yeah, I'll probably just push down and stuff it in there. Yeah, we'll do that. We have successfully mounted our CB. Got the bracket screwed in that feels really secure. Got our power cord ran. And I just ran my coax cable for the antenna just along this back edge, kind of hide it out of sight. I'll get it tucked away a little bit better. I don't like having wires just every which way, but and this has enough slack. Yanmar had enough forethought to put this neat little pocket right there just for my cable, and it'll be real easy to run this antenna out the window or around out the door if I see a future need for that. This right here is the mic. You just press that button to talk, let off, to stop talking. This thing just feels like junk and doesn't feel good at all. Let me show you the mic that I use. This is just a basic Uniden. I mean, it's light and it's small, but that thing will last about a year. Now, this is my setup in the truck. I've got a Wilson boom speaker, and it will blow your ears out. You know, you just barely have to turn your volume up on this Cobra 29, but this is a Road King RK56. I've had a couple of them over 15 years or so, and they last a long time, and they talk real good and clear. I just tried the a static. I put that in the 750 in Brandon's truck, and it sounds really good too. Now then, this is just a regular 4-pin plug. It's got a notch, so it only goes in one way. So if you're putting one of these together, don't force it. It will pop right in there. Now you can see we got it's a good little cord. It's just right for this length. But I want to put my gear keeper in here somewhere. That might be a good spot. Let's see how far that comes down. Don't really like that. Wonder how well it mount up there. Nope, that's not gonna work either. Let me ponder on this for a minute. This is a gear keeper. It's got a neat little bungee cord, and it doesn't take the big one to carry just one of these regular mics. It comes with this little tether. You just loop it around your little hook on the back side of your mic, and you just pull it tight. We'll tough to do one-handed, but it'll get on there. Now this is what hangs your microphone. Now, with the gear keeper, you've got this little guy up here. So we gotta find somewhere, or a couple of places. You know, that's the cool thing about this, is just gotta have a little place to clip on so you can move it around. It doesn't have to be in one spot. So it has become obvious to me that there's just not a good place to mount this stuff. So I'm gonna fashion something with zip tie and the gear keeper and the supplied little D-ring. There's some AC on, getting hot in here. Let's see, I think right about there. These little zip ties are tougher than you would think. Gonna need my little spring here. I thought wrong. And what I do is I'll hold this and let it kind of spin so it ends up being kind of in a natural position. There we go. That's pretty good. Voila, friends. Reference, but I don't want it to be able to slap the windows either. Now we can just, I guess you guys can kind of see that. Now you can just reach up, grab your mic, say what you need to say. I guess I won't be able to turn loose of it like I do in the truck. But as far as just getting swinging around, I don't think it's going to be able to really slap that edge. Moving that over made a little bit of a difference, but it's not in my line of sight at all through here, and it's not in my line of sight out my side window, so happy with that. I think that's going to work well, and if for some reason I do need to take it down, either A, I just lift that up and I can take the mic down. I'm going to mount the little mic holder here as well in case Brandon prefers that, or you can take this clip loose, not as easily, but you can, and we can get another gear keeper, and that way if we want to be able to operate with the windshield up, we can take this and mount it really anywhere there's a point to mount to. So that's not bad. That's not in the way of anything. I'm happy with that. Some of these gear keepers, I think it's the bigger one, you can pull it down and lock it and your mic will hang at the same place, but if you have it like this, you know, it might be more likely to slap the windows or whatever. So that's gonna be super handy. That's how you mount a CB. From this angle too, you just grab your CB and you just let go of it. You know, you can work, talk while we're moving, make another movement. You just reach up at arm's length. I need you back up about 5 feet. You know, it's that easy. All right, take off, you loaded. I mean, it's just gonna make life a lot easier. I noticed, like, especially when it's hot and your windows are up, especially in Wilbur, it's loud and you can't really hear that beep beep, you know. So if somebody's on the telephone or he's got his headset on like he's supposed to when he's driving the truck, it's hard to hear. But with a boom mic, which we have in both trucks, he'll hear me, and he doesn't have to reply, but you know, he'll take off, go run the load or whatever. So there we go. I'm real pleased with that. I guess I'll be mounting one in the tractor next. So you guys hit the subscribe button if you want to see how to mount a CB in a tractor. Thank you guys for watching. We love y'all. Hope you're having a great day, because I know I am. Peace.